Okay, welcome in. Another Friday safety focus of the week. Today is June 19th. Should be a very nice day. We do have a moderate heat stress warning from the hours of 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So drink plenty of fluids in the beginning half of the day to help you carry through the hottest part of the day is going to be from 2 to 5. So try to get most of your work in before that, and hopefully you'll be able to button up the site early for the Father's Day weekend. This week's code of conduct is to strive for restraint, discretion, and integrity. So very, very important behaviors as we're dealing with conflict, but also decision making out there in the field. This is one of the most important, along with all the rest of our code of conducts of the week. Some quick health and safety news. We haven't really talked about our track record in the last couple weeks, but I wanted to share this with you. It's been 133 days since our last recordable injury, so excellent job. Let's keep this up as we're almost at the end of Q2. Once July hits, we're in Q3 and we're halfway through 2020. Pretty crazy. So let's continue to focus on our best safe practices out there, and definitely reporting all incidents is one of our best practice. So I just want to highlight that. It's really easy. It's available on through our Teams app where you're filling out your daily JHAs. If you need any help, please let us know and we will get you up to speed on that form that way. This week we wanted to jump in and participate in the safety stand down. OSHA is doing a safety stand down this whole week, concludes today, to stand down to prevent cave-ins. Again, it's one of our main hazards out there in our occupation and construction. They estimate roughly about 1,000 United States construction workers are affected by a cave-in each and every year. Just like how we do for falls, we're going to jump in and try to really do our best to prevent cave-ins. So I'm going to raise the awareness this week. We're going to talk more about some of our best practices in the next couple weeks, but for today, with the amount of information that we're trying to share, I'm going to just kind of quickly show up the OSHA quick card, working safely in trenches. So when it's done safely, trenching operators can reduce workers' exposure to cave-ins, falling loads, hazardous atmosphere, and hazards from mobile equipment. So the OSHA standards, and really what we follow in our best practice standard, because it's a really well-written standard, it prevents our workers in trenches and also applies different protective systems and inspection requirements as conditions change. And the competent person for us is our crew leaders before the work begins, making sure that no one enters an unsafe excavation or trench. So never enter a trench unless it has been properly inspected by the competent person for us, the crew leader. Cave-in protection measures are in place. So again, we want to make sure we're sloping, benching, or shoring when it's deeper than 5 feet. Or if there is a look of a potential cave-in, we need to try to protect it. If there is a safe way to enter and exit the trench, so a ladder or an earth means of egress, such as a really laid back slope, so a worker can safely enter and exit without any slipping or tripping hazards. Equipment and materials are away from the edge. Again, we're trying to maintain 2 feet away from all trench and excavation with all of our equipment and our spoil piles. We want to make sure there's no freestanding water, or if there's any potential atmospheric hazards, that we're doing any gas monitoring testing in that trench, or if there is freestanding water, we need to make sure that we are dewatering that excavation, because it could become a very dangerous situation for cave-ins. Trench prevention with collapses. Again, the regulation states anything deeper than 5 feet, we got to have some type of protective equipment. Majority of the time, everything is going to be considered a Class C material for us with so sandy soil. So we want to kick everything back on a 1.5 to 1 slope, or utilizing a trench box for any type of utility work. Any trenches deeper than 20 feet or greater require a protective system designed by a registered professional engineer. And again, a lot of this is in the pre-planning phase of our projects. So that's something to remember for all the project managers out there and estimators on this call to see it anything deeper than 20 feet. Let's get Ben McKinney and Ken Pigeon involved. Protective system for trenches, again, slope it, shore it, or shield it. Slope or bench walls by cutting back the trench wall at an angle incline away from the excavation. Again, best practice, 1.5 to 1. When we shore it, these are by insulated aluminum, hydraulic, or other types of support to prevent soil movement. We do have hydraulic shoring. It's located in the second tent, or if you're looking at the sign shed, the sign tent, it's the one right to the right of it. That is where we install or have located all of our aluminum hydraulic shoring. And then shielding is all of our trench box. These are trench boxes or other types of supports to prevent soil cave-ins. So let's all take the time and join the safety stand-down today. We're going to record this and submit this into OSHA for our organization that we participated in the safety stand-down. It's definitely a very important hazard that we control, so please utilize those JHAs. If you're doing any trench or excavation work today, really highlight that in your JHA today, and utilize what protective system you're going to use, and then really important, what type of means of egress you're going to use. It's usually that means of egress that's been kind of giving us those little minor injuries, back pain, knee injuries, rolling ankles when we're getting in and out of these trenches at a high frequency. So please control those hazards today, and then also moving forward. That's all I have for safety today. I'm going to kick it over to Mr. Dow, as he is going to be our presenter for our corporate announcements for today. Ben, can you hear me?
Matt, I can hear you.
Awesome.
Am I coming through okay?
Yes, you are. Screen is yours.
Are you able to hear? Are you able to see my screen right now? I should have the safety focus of the week page up.
Yep, we see it.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
For the corporate announcements this week, we have new hires, Robert Spencer and Devin Brown. We want to watch for a new 401k notification that it should be sent out and received within the next week. And it's going to just modify slightly the direction that it with some clarification from the last little mailer that you got. So look for that, and it'll be we can let you know if you have questions once you receive it. For the 401k participants, Pam Driver, she's our rep from Morgan Stanley, and her email address is listed here in the email. She's doing online consultations, and those can be scheduled with her. Have your time submitted Monday morning to help get us speedily into the next work week. Remember that all the paychecks, both the live and the deposit stubs, are going to be sent by mail still. So don't come to the office looking for them, because they're probably already in the mail and headed home. If you have questions about your pay stubs or about your pay, please let us know, and we have good easy access to find out any information that you need. So this morning, I am thankful for the privilege of meeting and being a part of this morning, and I'm also thankful to be here at ECI. Remember, we've got Father's Day coming up on Sunday. Happy Father's Day, everyone. This happens to be probably 1965, probably around the time that ECI began, and this is Alan Pigeon with his two sons. Alan's got Ken on his right, and then it looks like Scotty's getting a haircut. Doesn't look like he's very upset about it, but Ken seems more pleased than Scotty does. New employees. Here we have Robert Spencer. If you see him, make sure to introduce yourselves and make him feel welcome. And we also have Devin Brown, which I think I've seen him around a couple of times this week. So welcome, Devin. And there's Devin right there and Robert. So make sure that you guys welcome them and welcome to ECI. We're still exercising the COVID-19 restart plan, and any questions with that, please let Matt Orzelak know, or the safety and health and safety, and they'll give you guidance. So as you know, earlier in the week, we lost Alan Pidgeon, the founder of ECI. Back in 1965, he started this company. He's the father of Ken and Scott. I'm thankful for his life, and I'm also thankful for his part in the 32 years that I've spent here at ECI and all that he created. There's a photo here of Alan and Mike Colby, and I believe Michael was a foreman and a superintendent here from 1968 until, what, 4 or 5 years ago. You probably saw him around borrowing a Hilti out of the tool crib this week. He was my first foreman. Alan was passionate. He was true to his beliefs, and he was always honest about his position on things. He was known for making instinctive decisions and then following through to ensure success. He hired many of us on the spot over the years, and he always expected from us a high level of commitment and dedication. I watched Alan collect people over the years that seemed to gravitate to this company when they didn't fit in where they were. This continues to this day as we continue to build a culture of employees that have common standards and that we believe are compatible with our code of conduct. And in this sense, I am proud to be a misfit. Alan taught me to have a plan. He taught me to do it safe. He taught me to do it right. These are priorities that we follow to this day at ECI. He taught me the value of doing something today rather than putting it off until tomorrow, even if it meant copious hours of overtime and not getting home until 11 o'clock at night or the wee hours of the morning. He was always very consistent and unwavering in both his position and his goals. He put trust in us, and he gave us responsibility based on our ability to figure out. And many times he would send us on missions that we had not done before. He did put trust in us, and that was an important part of a lot of our development. He gave us what we needed to succeed, but he was always careful, except for in this photo, rock climbing. He was always really careful not to overextend the company. And sometimes we had to make do with the best that we could with what we had. He was always highly involved in his projects. He visited them often. He enjoyed being intimate with the work, and he especially enjoyed constant thought and constant innovation. The work was always on his mind. He constantly thought of how to better the plan. Often in the morning, we would get that phone call when he'd been up all night thinking about something. He came up with a lot of ideas that turned into reality. We modified a lot of equipment. We modified a lot of plans. We built a lot of our own tools. And we got a reputation here at ACI for doing things that weren't standard things that everyone did. That was our edge. Alan represented Yankee ingenuity very well. He paid special attention to his clients. He developed a lot of really good relationships over the years. One of our people we work with recently said that Alan, he was an icon in the construction community, which I think I steal that quote from Tom Lawyer, who got it from one of the people that we work with. But that he was. He cared about us, and he proved many times that he would make sacrifice, even of his own personal self, to help us when we were really in need and truly in need. As I said a few days ago, we're thankful for Alan's vision and the legacy that he left in our care. He believed in all of us and what we believe in ourselves and as a company. We need to carry on in his memory. And remember, he's always watching over us. A lot of good memories here, good photos. Under a bridge, working with Damien, showing him how to run the real high-tech instruments. He had a lot of coats and hats. It was a good one of his 80th birthday, right out here, out in front of the office. There's Alan and Ken and Scott. I believe Alan would be the older one in this photo. We love you. We miss you. We're proud of where you brought us. Thank you, Alan. Okay. I hope you all have a safe and productive day. Keep Alan in your thoughts and memories, and also the family. Thanks for your attention. Signing off.